Welcome back to the Del Rivers Show, folks. I am your host, Mark Elliott. I'm your host, Mark Elliott. With me, as usual,
the guru, Del Rivers.
the guru of comedy, Del Rivers. I like to call it Gordian knot of comedy. Oh, let's see. Moving on, we got obviously a lot of things going on with the show. More Japanese investors. We got crew working with us here, producers, second unit directors.
Yeah, hooray, Japan! Yes.
Now, before I forget, you wanted to mention a possible guest coming in the future, your friend Trish?
After a dozen shows or so, I might actually have a guest. Her name is Trish Wilco. I don't know if you can see her in the picture. This is the only picture I have. I can't show the picture too long because it's like copyrighted picture, yeah. But that's all right. She'll be our first guest.
First guest
coming up.
Show. Yep.
Either next week or the week after.
Yeah. After weeks of meandering, obfuscation, and
trying to figure out how to fit the person in between us.
Yeah, a lot of pointless chatter from us. You will now have some guests on our show to watch.
Nice.
As usual, we want to give a shout out to Gretchen, our #1 fan. Yeah, Gretchen!
Hey, Gretchen.
Staying in there.
Yep.
Our whole first season. We hope your son is doing better. And, keep watching. Hope you're finding amusement in our...
in us,
whatever you want to call this.
Amusement or abusement.
Abusement.
It's an abusement park.
Abusement park. And I did want to mention to Gretchen and anyone else, if you have specific questions, pointed questions for Del Rivers, mail them to Del, right?
Emails at the end of the show.
At the end of the show, Del's email. Del will always take questions, and with that in mind, we're moving into a new part of the show which we call Mystery Del. He didn't warn me about the theremin imitation. Yeah, this is supposed to be... Well, why don't you say what this is supposed to be?
Well, we haven't done it before. It's like what you don't know personally about...
What I don't know personally about Del. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you... This is a tidbit of knowledge. This is absolutely true. I'm not, like, faking it like everything else I do. I actually slipped on 4 banana peels throughout my entire life. Coming out of a car door or walking in the street.
Like really? Like the old comedy slip on the banana peel?
I slipped on banana peels.
For real?
For real. It's very true.
Do you remember specifically the 4 instances?
Once out of a car door, opened the car door, went to step out, slipped under the car practically. Banana
Any
peel.
Injuries?
Another one was coming out of a doorway from work. Somebody threw a banana peel down. I slipped on that.
Any serious injuries?
Nah, I just slipped, but caught myself.
Caught yourself.
Haven't gotten hurt, luckily.
Right.
No, I did slip on.
No groin pulls?
No, almost.
Almost?
Almost a groin pull.
You've never had to wear a neck collar?
No, nothing. No whiplash.
I had to go to the chiropractor once and wear a neck collar for 3 days. My sister found it hilarious. I was in pain. She was taking pictures of me.
So you got all these
pictures. And I realized that there is, I don't know what it is that's funny about someone who's been injured. A person walking along the street healthy is not funny. A person with a cane, a little bit funnier. A person with a neck collar, much like a person with the arm and leg in a cast with a cane.
That's the
potential hilarity. Yeah,
it's serious, but it's
well, it's like you're.
I guess they're out of the hospital bed, so they're not as.
Well, the disaster is going to come.
It almost reminds me also the dog. They have the cone thing for the dog. It's like
that always so sad. They can't help themselves, or just not in control.
I just think it's funny, pouring dog food down it.
Poor dog. My dog had to have a cone once. That poor guy didn't like it. Yeah. So is that the only thing of Mystery Del? Do we have any more?
There's a couple more, but I say 1 a week, I think.
Only
1 per shot. Well, I can give you another one.
Pinching out the Mystery Del like it's old Krugerrands or something.
All right, I'll give you 1 more.
I want 1 more Mystery Del.
Let's see.
Did you have me work on? I thought you had a list of 10.
Mysteriously, I cause light bulbs to blow out on occasion. Like regular light, like this light bulb behind me. If I go to turn the switch off,
well, I don't know. I think that's because
it's happened a lot. A lot.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'll go into a room, someone's house, click, the thing blows up.
Could this have something to do with your sensitivity to Wi-Fi and your possible rectal magnetism
Yes.
of pulling metals out of toilets?
I don't know. Possibly, yeah. Maybe I emanate some sort of aura that, like, burns things out and stuff like that.
You emanate some sort of aura, all right. That I agree with 100%.
Jeez.
I don't know. You definitely got some kind.
oral problems and stuff.
Oh boy. Should we go back to Uncle Tanous?
No, let's go back to. I don't know where we are. Where are we now?
Okay, we're at the point where we're going to take a commercial break and
Come back with
you see some
things.
sponsors of the show, and then we'll be back with more of
The Del Rivers Show.
Okay. Keep tuning in.
The Del Rivers Show, brought to you by Il Duce brand Imperial Laxatives. Make your trains run on time with Il Duce.
Make sure when you visit Rochester, New York, that you buy Luther and the BBB's Best Of CD and his live DVD, sold at the Bop Shop. The Best Of CD features Mr. Know-It-All, which I co-wrote with Luther, and features Bob Janik of The Insiders playing guitar.
Jerry Bruckheimer, in association with Henbane Productions, presents Del Rivers on his Locked and Loaded comedy tour, appearing Friday, November 23rd, one night only, at the Henbane Civic Auditorium. All tickets available at Ticketmeister outlets, cash only.
Okay, folks, we're back from commercial break. Yeah, the clock is on. We're back from commercial break, and let's see now. What did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about the news.
Yeah.
Didn't you have something about Michael Phelps you wanted to...
Yeah, we're doing it in reverse. I thought you were to mention your stuff.
Oh, you want me to do my...
do your stuff. And then I'll
I got some news stories. Interesting things in the news this week. There was a participant in an Ironman contest who died recently while swimming in the Hudson River. And the coroner determined that the cause of death was due to swimming in the Hudson River. Like, are you kidding me? Water's what Joan Rivers uses to remove her makeup.
Well, it held the whole plane. Remember the plane that crashed?
It held the plane. Yeah, it held the plane. Yeah, stuff's supposed to sink. Yeah. And we got this. This is sort of a section of the news or the show that I like to call YGTBFKM. The acronym for "You've Got to Be Fucking Kidding Me." This week, a Texas woman, a teacher, was found guilty for having sex with 5 male students, although not at the same time.
Yeah.
Come on, did she actually think that having sex with a teenager was going to remain secret for more than 3 minutes? You might as well hire a skywriter, Before Johnny McLovin even gets his pants zipped up, he's going to be punching it onto Twitter, Just got TNT BJ, LOL. Come on. Jesus. Who's worse at keeping a secret than a teenager? Oh, I promise not to tell anyone.
Yeah, tell everyone,
Yeah,
right?
Right out there.
Jeez.
Oh, this is an interesting one. This is a little disturbing. 17 people in Texas died from what was believed to be the West Nile virus.
Yikes.
It was later learned it was all due to a bureaucratic error. All 17 people were accidentally executed by lethal injection by the state of Texas. Investigations are ongoing.
Yellow Rose of Texas.
Yellow. Del tops it off with it. The darkest joke yet topped off with the Yellow Rose of Texas. Okay.
I always think those Raycon of singers marching in. And
The Raycon of singers. My dad liked that. All right. Next story. Usain Bolt is now officially the fastest man on the planet. In a very ironic twist, he has a cousin who is generally regarded as the slowest man on the planet. His name? Usain Dolt.
I love that joke.
Del really loves that joke.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, they share the first name but not the same last name.
Right.
That's a
name
little
change.
Yeah.
Maybe the name was changed.
Odd family thing. Family quirk.
Right.
Family quirk. This is really interesting story. Openly gay University of Michigan senior Chris Armstrong was awarded a $4.5 million verdict in a lawsuit against former Assistant Attorney General Andrew Chevelle, who had made disparaging remarks on Facebook regarding Armstrong's sexual orientation. Now, when interviewed after the trial, Armstrong's only comment was, "Go ahead, call me a fag. Make my day."
Jeez.
Yeah. And to top it off, he said he was going to invest the money for a board game which will be released by Milton Bradley entitled Gay Basher Basher. It's going to have an anti-gay bashing tone.
How about Milton Bradley? Was he straight?
I don't know.
Who is Milton Bradley?
I'm going to make a note of that, and we're going to see if Milton Bradley was possibly a closeted homo. We're becoming like TMZ now.
Yeah, I know.
Getting the dirt on
Milton Bradley, a guy from like 1800s or something.
It reminds me.
Who would name their kids Milton?
I don't know. I keep thinking of the guy, with the top hat and the handle.
Right.
That's what I think of. And it's really hot in the news. Hot in the news is
yeah. I like this.
Out of Russia, there seems to be no justice for the band Pussy Riot, who was just sentenced to 2 years in prison. But very oddly, their sister band Cunt Complacency got off probation.
Probation. Hi-oh.
I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
That doesn't sound fair to me.
Yeah. Cunt. Can we use the C word on YouTube, I guess?
We can do whatever we want.
All right.
We have freedom. This is a free country. These are the free airways.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is not Russia.
Okay, that's right.
This is not Soviet Russia.
Yeah. Russians can bleep it out if they don't like it.
I was just about to veer into a Yakov Smirnoff. I'm going to cut that off right there. Okay.
I actually met that guy. He's a nice guy.
You met Yakov Smirnoff?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he played in Rochester at the Red Creek when that was around.
Jesus,
yeah.
that's
Nice guy.
You saw Yakov Smirnoff at the Red Creek.
Right.
That's
Back in the day. Yep.
That's classic. Yeah. Okay. Next we have a list. I think this is my list of 9 signs of lack of intelligent life by the Mars probe. That's what this is.
This is great. Because I was talking about the Martian pictures, like they got the new probe that's up there.
Dell was doing some jokes about this, as everyone else has.
Lack of intelligent life.
I find this was a very interesting list that I read on the news.
Yeah.
This is the real list now. This is not
they found with the Mars probe.
This is what they found.
Yeah.
This is not the jokes from TV.
Right. Go ahead.
Number 9 on the list, Jimmy Hoffa's wallet and car keys. You fucking kidding me? That was a real spit take?
I was going for a spit take. Go on, finish reading the rest.
You were going for a spit take? It looked like you actually gagged all over yourself. Jesus.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
That's what I get for mentioning Danny Thomas on the last thing. So
go ahead, finish the list.
He was famous for the spit take, right? Okay. I'm gonna work with some protection here.
That's all right.
Spit shield. All right. Number 8 on the list: the missing minutes of late President Nixon's Watergate tapes. One wondered where those went. Yeah. About time. Number 7, Mitt Romney's tax returns. To the bottom of that barrel.
Underneath the rock, and they must have found it.
Let's see. This is number 6. They found 4,437 discarded shopping carts, at least half of which suffered from the wobbly wheel.
The wobbly wheel, right.
Then number 5, they found the rest of Amelia Earhart's plane.
Yeah, after all that looking.
Was
it ran on Mars?
Wait, they thought it was in the Pacific?
Go figure.
Mars, go figure. Yeah. Apparently she got caught in the jet stream.
Oh, they got shot off.
That's the theory, the jet stream.
Like the opposite of the meteorites coming from...
Yeah, I'm not a meteorologist.
Right. Yeah, finish the list.
Next, what number is this? This would be number 4. They found the blueprints for the prototype of David Letterman's hairpiece.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well hidden.
Right.
Secrets. Number 3, Nostradamus' porn stash.
Who knew that?
It was porn in cuneiform.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cuneiform porn.
Yeah. The first discovered cuneiform porn It was deciphered with linear B, and oddly enough, it took them years to decipher it, and they found out that Nostradamus was really into BBW. Heavily into BBW.
They had ads back then for BBW, right?
In cuneiform. Tablets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And number 2, they found the original clay tablets for the commandments 11 through 20.
Right, the other 10.
Yeah, the other 10. Yeah.
Threw them on Mars, yeah.
Haven't found out exactly what those other 10 are stated yet. They're keeping that a closely guarded secret. And the number 1 thing, lack of intelligent life found on Mars, used condoms.
Of course.
That's it.
Who knew they had condoms on Mars?
Long list.
Speaking of lists, I come up with this one here.
Why don't we take...
Because this is the end of the Olympic stuff. I wanted to polish up the Olympic stuff because we're doing too much Olympics humor.
Okay, well you want to polish off
this
this
is original.
Humor.
It's not stolen from...
Do you have any humor with huge expanded digits?
No. This is an easy one.
I'm starting to acquire a taste for Dell's extra digit humor. He likes high numbers.
Right, I'll do high numbers next week. I'll think of something for that.
High numbers next
week. This one, of course, Michael Phelps is the biggest Olympian there is right now.
Michael Phelps.
And I just thought some new jobs that he could do after the Olympics. He can apply for these jobs instead of if he can't swim. Mm-hmm. For an Olympic game.
Right. I was wondering, another show, what good is the fast swimming? You can't get a job. Okay.
So I thought of some ideas that you could try. You could try being a Superman impersonator. You know how they're always going like this with their arms?
Oh, right, yeah.
Superman impersonator. Or it could be, perhaps, Michael Phelps could be a pizza or a pancake flipper.
Pancake flipper? Because doing like this?
Right, the motion.
The motion, the flipping motion.
He's got to turn his hands around.
Right,
instead of going like this.
Right, got ya.
You got to like that.
The pancake.
Or if he wants to stay in that position of a swimmer, he could be a small boat paddler.
A small boat paddler?
That's an idea.
Right.
Give people rides.
Maybe in... down in Florida.
Yeah, like one of those Florida places or something that has water. Yeah, like a water park ride.
Silver Springs, Florida.
He's got a job. He could ride little kids on his back. Busch Gardens.
So a water park kind of.
The very last thing that he could do, I thought he would be an excellent gold pawner. Cash for gold. He already has a stock in gold, so he can
he could be pawning his medals as a last resort when all the Nike money runs out.
And he's all set.
Right.
Yeah. Here, I'll hold the list up.
Yeah, in case you didn't get it the first time.
In case you don't get it, it's on the list.
Okay. You have any new news about New Hampshire?
New Hampshire and the way they wash? The way they wash behind their neck, their back, and their crack, and their sack.
I'm sorry I mentioned New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
What's going on about New Hampshire?
I was when we went to a New Hampshire camping, you had to go through, I think, Vermont first to get to New Hampshire. Why can't we just stop in Vermont? They have pancake syrup and everything else. It's like, I'm not going to New Hampshire again. It's like, no way. They have the primaries there because everyone there is 100 years old.
And then it was, a couple episodes ago, he was talking about his this so-called conflicted lesbian character that he didn't do, and then called Madge Bortnick. He was always afraid of being beaten up by lesbians if they took offense.
It's one of those things you see in the mirror.
Then he came up with Madge Bortnick, conflicted lesbian camp counselor. That was the other one.
Make sure you boys there wash behind your necks. Wash. I thought of the idea when I saw my hair, when it was short, I looked like kind of a lesbian with my hair. No offense to people that have longer hair.
It's funny you mention that because I never thought of it until you said it, and then it's like, okay, I get it now. All of a sudden,
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get all this hate mail.
It's all in good fun.
All in
good fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can poke fun at
you can hate us men because, we're men.
You have to be a man-hating man. Oh, boy. Jeez. All right. Now we'll get to a part of the show I like to call Memory Lane. Memory Lane with Dell. So this always goes back a number of years. And my friend Robin in Manhattan, New York, wrote in and asked Del if he remembers doing a bit. She saw him one time do stand-up, and he did this great bit called Loser of the Year.
Wow.
Do you remember the Loser of the Year award?
Loser of the Year, right?
And
I was trying to base it sort of on a Bob and Ray kind of humor.
Did you do that only once or twice?
Yeah, a couple times. It's like one of those things where you try the second or third time.
We went to this little, open mic thing, and he had someone introduce him and say, okay, folks, this year's winner of the Loser of the Year contest, Del Rivers, and he gave him this little award, and Del went up like it was 100%, like he was so excited and saying, I'm so incredibly happy to be elected as Loser of the Year. But the line that I remember is, I would like to thank my family and friends for their unfailing lack of support. Yeah, that's what I remembered. And you did this whole thing of thanking people in that ass-backward way, and you were so 100% with it. And then you did a few lame jokes, and you gave someone a tape measure, said, here, hold this, and you ran out of the building while they were holding this tape measure until the tape measure ran out.
Right.
And everyone sat there like in silence.
Dumbfounded.
What the fuck is he doing? What's going on? And then eventually he came back and he said, it ran out at 22 feet. I tried to go around the building. It didn't make it. Yeah.
To fill people in on what I used to do for stand-up.
I had forgotten about that. I had totally forgotten about that.
I used to take saran wrap, paper towel, toilet paper, and put it on stage and have somebody hold it, and I would run with it all the way around the whole building.
That was a little gimmick. Del it was
fun.
A number of odd prop comedy kinds of things that he did, and a lot of stuff he did once or twice, and that was it.
Right. You're lucky to catch it.
The Loser of the Year I thought was really funny, and what else was I going to mention?
I should find that script sometime.
Yeah, that was a good one. And we've mentioned on previous shows having done these one-time, two-time deals that were just strange and undescribable, like Mr.